Guys, I often use Grok and ChatGPT Enterprise to actually work out what my thoughts are. So often people think, oh, yeah, Sam, the Electric Viking, is talking about his research, the articles he's read about, what he's clicked on, maybe some of his own personal beliefs. But I often actually use AI to frame a lot of my theories and my thinking. I'll ask AI a question. I'll say something to it like, okay, this company has said this. Okay, Porsche SE, the parent company of the Volkswagen Group, have made these claims. And I'll say to ChatGPT and Grok, I'll say, do you think they're being honest? In the past, this was useless. ChatGPT, Grok, they would just go, oh, what? It was just, to be honest, the response wasn't all that worthwhile. It's changed. It's changed to the point where now AI will tell you whether it thinks a company is actually lying. And in this case, AI believes that actually Porsche SE is very concerned and is probably lying. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. If you're new to the channel, we've done about 7,000 videos over the past 4 years. Porsche recently admitted to the fact, didn't admit to it, but there were rumors going on in Germany saying that Porsche was the Porsche and Piech families, who basically control Porsche SE. They're the largest shareholder of the Volkswagen Group, which is the entire family of all these different car brands, basically more than half the German automotive industry. They were considering selling a portion of their shares to whoever was dumb enough to buy them. And, there's always a sucker willing to do this kind of thing. So German tabloid Bild said discussions involved reducing their stake from more than 53% and raising billions of euros to diversify investments and mitigate risks associated with Volkswagen's current challenges. Porsche SE, basically the parent company, they have officially denied these claims, stating that there are no concrete plans whatsoever to divest any Volkswagen Group shares and reaffirming their commitment as a long-term anchor shareholder who control the company, basically. The initial considerations for a partial sale were driven by Volkswagen's ongoing financial difficulties, says ChatGPT, debunking Porsche SE's claims, including significant impairments on investments and a decline in share value. They're losing billions of dollars. That's the truth. And they've had to fire a lot of people. I mean, the Volkswagen Group are firing 35,000 staff. They're in a crisis in Germany. It's really bad. I don't think people realize just how bad it is. Reducing their stake, says ChatGPT, could have provided the families with capital to invest elsewhere so that they don't go completely bankrupt anyway, while still maintaining some vestige of control over Volkswagen. And when I say Volkswagen, I mean the Volkswagen Group of brands. Despite these discussions, Porsche SE's recent statements emphasize its dedication to Volkswagen's long-term value. Now, I said to AI, do you believe Porsche is telling the truth and not trying to find an investor? Now, it's responded to this by saying it's likely Porsche is publicly denying the reports to maintain stability and investor confidence, even if they're quietly exploring options behind the scenes, which appears like that's what's happening. Companies often publicly deny rumors of potential sales of strategic moves to avoid market volatility, protect their negotiating position, and reassure stakeholders. Why Porsche is likely to be exploring a sale despite the denials. By the way, this is not even Grok saying this. If this was Grok, you might go, yeah, okay, it's Grok, but this is ChatGPT. Diversification of investments, reducing exposure to Volkswagen, which is facing financial and market challenges. I mean, they have more than $200 billion of debt. And as far as I can tell, no real way of paying that back. They say this allows Porsche SE to spread its risks. Liquidity needs. Selling shares would raise capital, enabling new investments in emerging technologies and strategic acquisitions potentially. Strategic positioning. Volkswagen is experiencing massive disruptions and competitive pressure in the automotive industry, transitioning to EVs, and Volkswagen is not making that transition successfully, prompting major stakeholders to consider alternative options. Now, really, let's be honest here. Volkswagen is being disrupted in much the same way that Kodak, BlackBerry, and Nokia were. Can they react to that? That's the key question here. As far as 2024 goes, no. Their EV sales, electric car sales in 2024 were abysmal. They were a complete disappointment. They're going backwards. They're going backwards in China. There's no doubt about it. The best-selling electric car they have in China, I think they sold 3,000 of them in January. In a market that sells 32 million cars a year. I mean, the truth is that Volkswagen Group, their most important market by a mile is China, and they're losing that. And that is a battle that if they lose that, well, they're going to be in a position where they really won't be able to continue to repay their debts. Why Porsche SE are denying these rumors publicly. Market stability. Acknowledging such plans could trigger a decline in Volkswagen share price, harming Porsche SE's investments. Negotiation leverage. Public denial maintains their negotiating power, helping Porsche get better offers privately. Investor relations. Public denials protect their long-term relationships with partners and investors, maintaining trust and stability. Now, the conclusion of ChatGPT is interesting. It says, Porsche SE's denial reflects strategic caution rather than actual truth. Given Volkswagen's current challenges, it's totally plausible, read likely, they're quietly exploring strategic options, even if they haven't executed on them just yet. Now, the question in my mind is not a matter of when will Porsche SE sell down their stake in the Volkswagen Group from 53% to whatever it may be. It's a question of how much of that stake, how much can they actually offload to someone who's willing to take this risk? I mean, the Porsche company themselves is in trouble as well. Audi is facing an enormous crisis. Basically, all three major brands of the Volkswagen Group, Audi, Volkswagen, and Porsche, are all facing enormous cash issues in terms of profitability of these companies. Sales are falling for all of them. I don't know if anyone's going to be wanting to catch a falling knife and take a stab at the Volkswagen Group by investing into them, but you never know. Let me know what your thoughts are. The ownership structure of Porsche and Volkswagen is incredibly complex. So I will try to simplify this as much as possible. Porsche SE, they own part of the Volkswagen Group and part of the Porsche company. They expect a loss of 20 billion euros, in other words, around 22 billion US dollars this year. That is potentially a catastrophe if you consider the fact that they only own a small percentage of these companies. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. One of the key reasons I actually started this channel was to try to get legacy automakers to wake up and realize that China was taking over the automotive industry. And unless they actually started taking electrification seriously and started really, improving and evolving their products, that they would be disrupted. And honestly, I don't think that any of legacy auto had the humility to recognize that their rivals were doing things so much better than they were. They really thought, particularly Germany's automotive industry, they really thought they were the best, and there was never any possibility of anyone else actually usurping them. But of course, as you can see, that was not the case at all.